welcome to the program. I'm Anne Mwawadu. Coming up today, Legon State government gives illegal squatters along the coastal areas till Friday this week to vacate illegal shanties.
Today, Osun State government offers free medical intervention to residents under its health insurance programs in light of the economic hardship. And civil society organizations in state ask government to maintain constant communication with residents as part of the budget implementation process. Once again, welcome to the program. The Legon State government has issued a 4-day relocation notice to all squatters occupying illegal shanties around the Lagos Coastal Road in Mayegun-Lekki area of the state. The State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Mr. Tokunbo Wahab, made this comment after an inspection tour to Jakonde, Elegushi, Itedo, System 156 and 44 on Orchid Road. He says that all illegal shanties and squatters close to regional road alignments must vacate the area before Friday, as enforcement will commence in the early hours of Friday. And the Lagos State Commissioner for Agriculture, Bisola Olusoye, has charged the agri startups to leverage on technology to help provide solutions to economic challenges and the rising cost of food in Nigeria. She gave this charge during the Agri Innovation Tribe meeting right here in Lagos. Bisola Olusoye asked the youth to get involved in development process and help solve food crisis in the country.
It's full speed ahead for the Lagos State government as it races towards achieving food sufficiency.
We are different people.
The government is catching them young in this journey of agriculture development as it involves the youths, who are already part of the state government's Agri-Innovation Initiative. This time, they are being engaged by the State Ministry of Agriculture on how to harmonize and solve common problems associated with startups in the agri sector.
There's something about starting small and starting lean. That is the most important element of building a business.
The state government encourages the youths to get on board and walk the path of change they all crave.
You must be a part of the system, understand the system properly, to be able to deep dive enough to start to make the change you want to see. The idea also is, like he said, it's to start to harmonize all of what we do, all of the issues we're facing. And we as government can also begin to partner with them to help you deliver services that will, number one, come cheaper to you, and also you get it in such a way and manner that it makes a lot of sense. And then the partnership and network that you would also share here, it would also carry you through tough times.
The Chief Executive Officer of Eco Innovation Center says the current food crisis is not peculiar to Nigeria. He asks youths involved in the agric business to leverage on technology in closing value chain supply gaps.
As a country of 200 million people and growing at 6.7%, we cannot afford not to take agriculture as a big deal. And so my charge to the young entrepreneurs in agric is how they use technology to be able to scale their business and increase our production and the capability of Nigeria and Nigerians to feed ourselves.
Meanwhile, the State Commissioner for Agriculture, Bisola Olusoye, clamors for more young entrepreneurs to show interest in the agriculture sector and help solve the food security challenge.
We're at a turning point in the history of Nigeria, where food insecurity has not become such a major challenge, but we face a bigger problem. The younger generation You're talking of your primary schools, your secondary schools. They do not aspire to go into anything related to food. And as such, that becomes a big problem, a big challenge that we must tackle head on. So the idea is around also innovating, bringing about new inventions within the food space tailored to our own peculiarities and our own needs.
Agric entrepreneurs are also being encouraged to work closely with the government in reshaping the agriculture sector to grow various businesses across all value chains in the state.
Let's now bring in more details on our top story, which is the Legon State government issuing a 4-day relocation notice to all squatters occupying illegal shanties around the Lagos Coastal Road in the Lekki area of the state. The Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Mr. Tokunbo Wahab, made the comment after an inspection tour in some areas in the state.
The Lagos State Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, Special Advisor on Environment, Olakunle Rotimi Okodu, heads of agencies, as well as the chairman of the State Environmental Sanitation and Special Offences Unit, are out for the continuous cleanup exercise of public spaces and also ensure free flow of drainage channels.
Don't give them the luxury that because what they are trying to tell us is the DBT, conservation, they have to choose that not for luxury.
The System 157 drainage network serving Lekki and its environs is the first place visited. From the look of things, some people have built on the canal path, affecting free flow of drainage.
We found out they had also encroached substantially on System 157. So we said to the ministry, let us open up System 157 so we have our 40 meters width to Ikota Creek, or Ikota River. By this week, we start operations on System 156. In as much as the community are saying they want to do the work and open up based on the design they sent, we've not seen the intent, we've not seen the traction on their part, and will not allow the rain to take us by surprise this year. So let it be for the overriding public interest that we're doing the work.
Next up is Jakonde Regional Road alignment in Lekki and Elegushi-Tedo, where the commissioner issues an ultimatum to squatters occupying the access to vacate before Friday.
People waiting here now will not be accompanied for Legon State. No last round, nothing. So by Thursday midnight, if there's still there from the beginning to the end, anything where you see by your own. Mr. Governor and Deputy have said, let us have traction. So we've gone there to see and give them notices to vacate. And we gave them till Friday this week, and we start operation to clean it out. We also going to involve LAPSCA because we have a totally run down Jakonde estate there. So LAPSCA will be involved in the operations to clean that up. The plan is to clean the whole place up and take possession and regenerate the whole of Jakonde. It's also a major security risk to the state, and that's why we're doing that. From there, we went to the Elegushi-Tedo corridor. We saw what we met on ground, and we've also asked them to vacate so we can clean up and take possession of that area the way we've done for Ijora, Fagba, Pensinima, or Balende.
The Ilubiri Mega Pump Station was also visited to ascertain the ongoing project that will help deflood Lagos Island. The state government says no part of the state will be left behind development efforts.
Christian leaders in Osun State, drawn from various churches, have appealed to the federal and state governments to show sincerity in the management of the nation's resources for the good of the people. The Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Osogbo, the Most Reverend John Oyejola, spoke on behalf of the church leaders while addressing journalists on the present economic hardship, insecurity, and other challenges facing the nation.
As God's messengers, we wish to tap the conscience of our political leaders by reminding them and all their collaborators that the transformation of the subsidy on premium motor spirit commonly called petrol, and on diesel into federal allocation to state and local governments simply implies entrusting of the property of the vulnerable and the poor to powerful trustees who are deemed to be more accessible to the poor. State government should keep in mind the strong spiritual implication of this trusteeship. The government in many states of the Federation have been reluctant to disclose the new federal allocation as well as other relief packages deployed to the states to relieve the masses of the ongoing economic woes. It is shameful to know that even material reliefs earmarked by the federal government for the poor are dissolving into the thin air or are being rebranded with no credible information on their whereabouts and the intent for such in many states of the Federation. We call on the government to champion in Osun State a society which promotes justice and authentic human progress. The government should improve on carry everyone along in the formulation of its development plan and budgets.
Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room, in conjunction with the Community Life Project, is advising the Ekiti State government to maintain constant communication and consultation with residents of various communities across all local government areas in the state during the preparation and the implementation of the state's budget. According to the experts, this will help governments in citing valuable projects that will be of maximum benefit to the people. And Program Manager of Community Life Project, Francis Sonaho, explains that about 8 different communities across 8 local government areas in the state were visited, adding that they are already compiling the report of their findings and it will be submitted to the state government for implementation. Addressing the gathering in Ado-Ekiti, the state capital, the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Folorunsho Olabode, says the state government will definitely look into that report.
They've been able to have what we call community need assessment, which I believe is good for us in planning, in tracking our development, so we can continue to monitor our development and how far we have gone in terms of meeting up with the yearnings and the aspirations of our people. And it will help us to channel our resources to the right place.
We've done it in the previous 8 local governments. The one we launched in December 2021, they've used it for their budget preparation for 2022, 2023, and 2024. So we are hoping that these 8 local governments that we are doing now, thanks to Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room and the UK Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, FCDO, who are supporting this program. These new 8 local governments, they will be able to use the plans to prepare their 2025 budget. Since the 2024 budget is already done, they will be able to use it for 2026. It's a 3-year community development plan.
Welcome back. Chairman of the Senate Committee on ICT and Cybercrime, Senator Afolabi Salisu, has unveiled plans to revise the Cybercrime Act of 2015 to encompass provisions tailored to artificial intelligence and contemporary technological advancements. Senator Salisu also revealed that the federal government, under the leadership of the Minister of Digital Economy, aims at equipping approximately 3 million young Nigerians with expertise in fintech, AI integration, and proficiency enhancement. According to him, a proposed legislation aimed at furnishing social welfare assistance to unemployed youths nationwide will commence.
Huge youth population that we are having in the country is a blessing. Whereas other countries have aged population who cannot effectively contribute to the development of the country, we have a huge youth population. However, this youth population as well, if they are not properly engaged and harnessed, they will begin to get involved in antisocial activities as we have seen. However, on the legal part of it, we have the Cybercrime Act of 2015, which my committee, the Committee of ICT and Cyber Security, has amended to reflect current challenges, including artificial intelligence, which are realities that were not there when the Act was first enacted in 2015. But beyond enacting laws, it's also to provide opportunities for Nigerian youth, particularly to develop skills. And I'm sure you are aware that the federal government, through the Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy, we're anchoring training of 3 million Nigerian youth, the 3MTT programs that the federal government is doing to train Nigerian youth to develop their skills, particularly in IT-related fields, including cyber security, artificial intelligence, so that they could be empowered to contribute to the development of the country, to get jobs, not just locally, but also abroad. These are some of the initiatives. And as the chairman of ICT, Summit Committee on ICT and Cyber Security, and somebody was also passionate about youth, I have gotten a bill that is going through second reading by the grace of God in next week. And that bill seeks to provide opportunity for unemployed youth to have some stipend, unemployment benefit. But it's not just going to be employment benefit or those that will take it. We are also looking at a framework that will allow them to get internship, maybe go 2 or 3 days a week somewhere, so that they're not just sitting there at home, their knowledge is not just rusty. These are some of the initiatives that the federal government is doing. And you can also see that this same initiative is being replicated at the state. My state, for instance, Legon State, and my senatorial, my office as a senator, we're also collaborating with the private sector organizations in Osun State to train about 100,000 youth in technology skills that will allow them to get jobs in multinational organizations, tech giants like Microsoft, Meta, and the rest of all of those. So these are some of the things. So I'd like to appeal to Nigerian youth. Take advantage of some of the programs that are being rolled out by federal government, by state government, by private sector organizations to develop your skills. When you do so, you become productive to yourself, you contribute to the growth of the growth and development of our nation, and then you also have international exposure.
Facilitating the broadcast industry. Well, that's what the new leadership of the National Broadcasting Commission, the NBC, is all about. It'll focus on facilitating an enabling business environment and putting up a transparent process in its regulatory activities. And that's the message from the Director General of the Commission, Mr. Charles Ebuebu, who met with the chairman of the Channels Media Group, Dr. John Momo, and other members of the executive management at our global headquarters in Lagos earlier today.
There are two sides to a coin. So on one hand, there's a perception that NBC has been overreaching in the application of sanctions. We've not, it's been said that we did not follow due process and all of that. And basically, the takeaway from it is that it has been an arbitrary process. Now, part of my training as a lawyer is the fact that we will definitely put together a transparent process. I don't want to get into particular details. It's still in process, but I can assure you there's going to be a change in that perception. It's going to be transparent, so much so people will be allowed to speak, they'll be allowed to defend themselves. The issues will be analyzed based on the code. We're going to have a code review where all inputs will be taken in, and that would address that perception. Now, on the other side of it, it's sort of strange you have a policeman who cannot even issue a fine, if you agree with me. So, but we believe the way to go first is to address the perception. Of course, the case is in court, so I can't talk so much about it and the legality or otherwise. I am not allowed the sub judice, but we're going to also try to bring a change to that judgment. Part of what we're going to open a desk for in the NBC is basically to listen. So complaints shouldn't be restricted to complaints against broadcast. It should be how to facilitate an enabling industry, basically, that allows people to thrive, businesses to thrive. So if it needs us to go have a meeting with the customs, if it needs us to have a meeting with any government agency, so much so that we're seen to drive that ease of doing business, where stakeholders can bring up an issue to us, we take it up as a responsibility to engage with the relevant industry. You know, the same way you want to register a business with CAC and they have to write to us when it has to do with media, you know, and we have to give a confirmation of sorts. The same thing we're going to enable across board to engage businesses and to have, we're basically going to be there to assist businesses in a nutshell.
About 300 residents of Osun State have benefited from free surgical services introduced by the state government as part of the palliatives aimed at cushioning the effect of the current socio-economic hardship. About 70,000 residents, comprising 20,000 market men and women, 20,000 pregnant women and 30,000 indigent members of the public are being targeted for this gesture. The program, which began with the registration of beneficiaries, involved major and minor surgical operations as part of the governor's medical palliative, free of charge for residents across government health facilities in the 20 local government areas of Legon State.
This medical intervention program by the State Health Insurance Agency allows any resident of the state with health challenges which requires surgery that they cannot pay for to get it for free. It's part of the palliative arrangement to ease the financial burden on residents as a result of the harsh economic environment. Many of the procedures will take place at the Ijayi General Hospital in Abeokuta, the state capital, as well as other public health care centers across the state. Residents who require surgical services are screened by health professionals and given a date for their procedures.
The modalities are very simple.
Given an outline of the surgical interventions, the Executive Secretary of the State Health Insurance Agency, Dr. Afolabi Dosumu, says beneficiaries will continue to enjoy free health care for the next 1 year after the surgery under the Ilera Dero health insurance scheme.
As long as you are a resident of the state, as long as you have one surgical need or the other, you are free to walk into any of our state or general hospitals in the states and enroll on the insurance scheme. The doctors there will assess you if it is a case that is ready for surgery. And once all the other parameters has been concluded, you will get the surgery done. The explanation is this. It's possible for somebody to have a cataract and the cataract is not yet matured. We will still enroll the person. We will give the person a date for when the cataract is going to be matured, but they will still get access to this free surgical intervention.
In all, about 300 residents with minor and major cases have been operated under the Ilera Dero initiative. The Permanent Secretary of the State Ministry of Health, Kayode Oladende, is part of the team of surgeons who says many more initiatives such as these are in the works as the state government has huge investment in the health sector.
We've started the exercise here and we've operated quite I think about 5 or 6 even this morning, and we still have quite a number of them outside to be operated. They are all here happy for what our governor, Prince Dr. Dapo Abiodun, has brought as a succor to the good people of Ogun State, especially during this economic hard time. We quite appreciate His Excellency, Prince Dr. Abiodun, who has invested so much in the health sector in the past 5 years.
Some of the beneficiaries commend the state government for prioritizing health.
The program is very good. It's to help others. I am a retired teacher. So when I had this program, I came here. Then even I told a friend of mine that something is happening at state hospital. Free surgery, free everything, whatever is your disease, they are ready to attend to you.
The gesture is coming after the state governor announced a 5 billion naira intervention package, purchase of 100 trucks of rice, amongst others, cushioning the effects of the current rise in the prices of essential commodities.
The Scout Association of Nigeria, Oyo State Council, says the contribution of voluntary organizations to improving security across the country should be encouraged by its states and non-state actors. During the first meeting of the association in Oyo State, they noted the Scouts need to be encouraged as they could help gather intelligence to help security agents in fighting crime. With over 100,000 membership in the state, the Oyo State Commissioner stressed the scouts would help a great deal with supporting the government and well-meaning Nigerians. The issue of effectiveness of state police also came in focus as the group cited the Amotekun template as reference, noting that it has been a tremendous help to security agents across the southwestern region. And that's what we draw the curtains on Newsroom series for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anne Nwawadu.